welcome to Season 7, Episode 2 of the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show. I'm TJ Finn.
And I'm Connie Schrader. I'm excited about our guest today.
I know we have some really exciting news to share with our community, some cool guests to meet. How about we just show them how it is? So we're here with Gary Blake, and Gary owns Blake's Music Shop in downtown. He also serves on the Heart of Texas Chamber Board with me as well. Thank you so much, Gary, for being here. And you brought some beautiful little props here with you today.
Yeah, I brought some examples of some of the guitars I carry in my store.
They're absolutely gorgeous. And, I love coming to your store, as you know.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not quite apt at the guitar yet, but I probably have a collection bigger than most people that can play fluently, right?
But you're trying, and that's what counts.
I am trying. But most people know where you're located, but some of them may not. So tell everyone where your store is.
I'm in 1112 Main Street, Bastrop, Texas. Just 2 doors down from the post office. I'm in the old YMCA building, the one with the mural on the side.
Yeah, and I love
Easy
that
to
beautiful
find.
mural. Yeah, and
it's
gorgeous.
that time of year that people are starting to think about. Some of my obnoxious friends are already doing their Christmas shopping. So,
Oh, man.
but tell us what you have at the store that might make a good Christmas present.
Obviously, I carry guitars, amps, some band instruments, accessories, straps, picks, stuff like that. I do have some new products in line. I have signed a Mackie dealership. I am an Ernie Ball dealer, crafter guitars also. So we've got a great selection, everyone from beginners to those more experienced, just looking to upgrade their game a little bit.
I know we've talked about this on the show in years past, but I actually bought Liam a ukulele.
You did.
And he loves it. And then for Christmas last year, Gary fixed up this beautiful guitar that looks like Hot Wheels to me when I look at it, and it's a full-size youth guitar, and he bangs away at it, even though he's not quite learned yet. But that ukulele, that is a great start for kids that just kind of want to get used to that instrument, and they're fairly inexpensive.
Yeah, and it brings them joy, and it keeps them invested in trying to make sounds that brings them joy. The red guitar we built, got flames on it. Looks kind of like a James Burton guitar, and he just absolutely loves that.
It's super cool. Yeah, and I bought a lot of guitars for myself, but I've also gifted guitars, although it was hard to let them go. But I've gifted several guitars to my son, who, you guys know Joey. He's a musician himself, and there's always something different, unique every time I go in, and that's what I like about shopping there.
We do a lot of consignments at Blake's Music, so you never know sometimes what you might find in that store that just walked in and someone decided they wanted to sell their stuff, and I'll help sell it. We do all kinds of repairs too, to pretty much all levels of repair on guitars.
And if somebody's broken a string on the guitar, they can actually just bring it to you. If we're new at it, like I don't know how to change out the strings on my guitar, but I'm comfortable with just dropping it by and I'll pick it up later sort of situation.
That's just it. We can do quick turnarounds if you need to. If you're not in that big a hurry, we'll get to it, and we'll check out everything. We do everything from setups to string changes. We make recommendations for those who don't know exactly what they want to do yet.
Well, tell us a little bit more about the guitars that you brought.
Well, these are examples of, say, the Ernie Ball guitars that I sell. This is the Steve Lukather, what they call the Luke model. It's just gorgeous, just the way they build it. They're handmade in America. I also have the import versions for a different price point, a little lower. This one is hard to not take home.
I was thinking the same thing myself.
Well, and then this one is one that my lovely wife talked me into getting for myself for my 60th birthday. And I told the salesman, don't even show me a picture of it, and he did. And I showed my wife, and then she talked me into buying it. That's the story I'm telling. I'm going to stick with it.
Stick with it.
Yeah. But
gorgeous color.
But this is a representation, again, of some of the custom Ernie Ball guitars, and I'm proud to be a dealer for those guys.
Love it. Yeah, that's gorgeous.
And then you've got one more back there.
Yeah, I've got, at the NAMM show this past April, I got to meet the guys who created crafter guitars. 4 generations of Korean artisans, and they brought some prototypes, and I got a chance at the NAMM show to play the prototypes, and I thought this is great for the price point, for the feature set, and what have you. They sound really good, so I'm a proud crafter dealer also.
And he's
so
also
what's a range that people should think about?
On new guitars like this, I mean, I could start these at about $369. We're talking the quality woods, a preamp, your tuner, quality tuners, just really good guitars in all different sizes. This is a parlor size up to auditorium, dreadnought, what have you. So it's a little bit of everything for anyone. We'll find what size fits you.
I tell you, as you know, somebody who's just learning, this tuner is amazing.
Isn't it?
It really is, because I'm not going to know by ear how to tune that guitar.
Yeah, it's hard to
But
do
I
sometimes.
just turn that on, and it makes it really, really simple. And you know, Connie, what I was going to tell you is what you don't know is he's a heck of a musician himself.
Yes, he is.
Mhm.
I've been playing for a while, but there's a lot of people out there that'll humble you. It's about the time you think you got it down, you'll find some other people who just bring out the joy of music.
Well, you know, it just means there's always something more to learn,
Yeah,
right?
There's
And-
more to learn, and there's great places to play. There's people playing tonight, though I'll probably go watch that too, because I can always learn from someone else, no matter
Right.
how long you play.
I think people are surprised at the number of musicians that are in our community.
Oh yeah.
We have a lot of musicians who might have started it elsewhere, and they found Bastrop to be such a wonderful place, such as myself, which is why we moved here 3 years ago. There's some incredible talent here, and there's some young developing talent that I've heard that is like, wow, you're going to hear about them later.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that, you know, with our Music City designation, we have really, we just finished our Bastrop Music Fest.
Yes, we
There's,
did.
you know, which was amazing, and there was incredible talent, local talent, and then some people from, you know, out of town who come in to play Bastrop. But yeah, it's amazing how much the music industry has grown. You know, Gary did the sound for the Sizzlin Summer Nights concert series this year that we brought in through the Heart of Texas Chamber of Commerce. And that was a lot of fun. And we love that we can bring that national level of talent in and have our local people, like you said, learn from that kind of talent, get the opportunity to see that level of
you
talent.
brought in people like Don Rollins and Aaron Lacombe, and for an intimate show of maybe 120 people.
Right.
So I was privileged to be, doing lights and sound and stuff like that, and I got to learn a lot from, Grammy winners, and
Right.
one-on-one, and come to find out, Don and I used to play some of the same places in East Texas, so he had some
Oh, wow.
he had some charming stories that reminded me of some old times.
Oh, he's a great guy from my hometown. He wrote, for those of you who don't know, Don wrote for Jimmy Buffett and them, 5 o'clock somewhere. He's a really great guy. We had Tony Ramey that came in, who is a world-renowned songwriter, writes for guys like George Strait and them. It was a heck of a summer, wasn't it?
Yeah, Tony Ramey, 5,000 plus songs been published. It's like, wow, how do you do that? Some of the stories. And
Oh, yeah.
it was a lot of fun, and hopefully we'll keep doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was definitely a lot of fun. And I feel like we're going to keep growing in the music industry here. And I tell you, for the last 2 years, every time those guys come into town to do shows, we had Allie Colleen last year, Garth Brooks' daughter. We had, so many people. Brody Castor, who is just one of my favorite. And they all come to Blake's Music Shop to pick up everything they need for their show.
Brody comes in the store a lot. Aaron Lacombe and those guys came by, and it's an honor to have just any of those legends come in the store and maybe serve their needs, but just sometimes to talk shop.
Right.
So if you're in Bastrop and you're an experienced musician or you want to get started, you can find the famous Gary Blake at Blake's Music Store, or you might even run into a celebrity.
Famous or infamous?
There you go.
There you
I
go.
don't know
Sometimes
either
both.
one.
We'll see you there.
We're here with Terry Moore, the City of Bastrop Recreation Manager, and there is always something happening at the Rec Center. So let's start with tell everybody how they can find the Rec Center.
Well, the rec center is located at 1008 Water Street. If you know where the fire station is, right there on Water, just look for the big green building. It's not as big as we want it to be, but we are using every inch of the building in recreation.
And outside the building as well, because there's something coming up Friday. What do we need to do?
So on Friday we have, which is October the 13th, Friday the 13th, we have the Pink Party, which is going to be held at Bob Bryant Park at the Outdoor Fitness Unit. So Bob Bryant is located at 600 Charles Boulevard. So the Pink Party is all about celebrating Breast care Awareness Month.
Oh, I love that.
So it's about prevention of breast cancer. It's about treatment of breast cancer, and how do people find the resources for just to take care of themselves. So the Pink Party starts at 5 o'clock. It's quite honestly a dance party. We'll be dancing for a straight 2 hours.
Fun.
And right now we've got 13 different resources around Bastrop County that provide services to women for prevention as well as treatment. We are supporting the Pinky Promise. Pinky Promise is actually an initiative that just gets the information out to people. You know, when you've got a diagnosis of breast cancer, it's what do I do now? Well, what we want to do is bring a fun environment, get people out there, let's have a good time, and then show them they may know someone or they may themselves need the help. But, you know, did you know, just as an example, that the Big Pink Bus now has 40 and over free mammograms.
Wow.
So, and that's a new program that they're offering. There's Pinky Promise helps pay for treatment after the diagnosis. So there's that kind of stuff. That's what we're trying to do, is have a fun atmosphere and bring education to it at the same time.
I love the Pinky Promise thing. We all know that breast cancer is one of the cancers that there's a cure. And one of the best ways is to catch it as early as possible. And the best way to do that is to have the mammogram. And very often, so many of us play many roles. We may be working, we may be raising kids, we may be taking care of parents, we may be doing all of those things at the same time. But someone will say, have you had your mammogram? And you're like, yeah, I have. But if you pinky promise with somebody to get your mammogram, once you've told somebody, like if I promised Terry I was going to do it, it's a little bit harder to blow it off.
Blow it
so
off.
I really
accountability.
That's
Yes.
right. That's right.
Yes.
I love that. You know, we can all be affected by cancer.
Absolutely.
You have,
we all
I
have
have.
been.
You know, and most of us in our families are affected some way. And, you know, prevention, right? Prevention. So I love that you guys are doing that. That's amazing. And I understand you also you do movies in the park, and I think that is so fun, and music in the park as well, right?
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Those
Sure.
are family friendly events.
Absolutely. So our role as recreation and parks is to provide quality of life programs for our community, right? So movies in the park is a tradition it's been going on for 10, 12 years. We just got done with the October, which October is also Fire Prevention Month. So the fire department came out and had a movie there. November we're celebrating veterans. So it's Veterans Appreciation Month. We're partnering with the Bastrop County Cares on that, and they're bringing out the caravan and that kind of stuff. So we're showing a movie that's in Fisherman's Park.
Do we know the movie yet?
I don't want to tell people the movie.
Okay.
have to wait
Come
for
out
it.
for it. But it's the first weekend in November, and then our movies will start up again in Bob Bryant in the spring.
That is so fun.
Movies in the park. Music in the park. We'll start that back up in March. So that's just a night random. We work with the Bastrop Live Music Foundation, and they book local artists, and it's an acoustic setting, and people bring their picnics and come out, and it's just fun.
And
That's a
movies
lot
in
of
the
fun.
park is free to the public, correct?
All of these events are free to the public.
Wow.
great.
Hey, you can't beat free. There's nothing better than that. So if they want to find out what's going on with Parks and Recreation, how do they go to the city's website?
So
Where do they go?
Yes, ma'am. So the city has a cityofbastrop.org, and you just look for the recreation page. You can find most everything we do on the recreation page as well as the park page.
And you guys have a Facebook.
And
page.
Facebook and Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah, we are rocking Instagram right now.
That's
There you
awesome.
go.
Super. But
So tell us what goes on inside the green building.
Fitness classes, mostly. Like I just left a class, and they were throwing balls all over the place. It was like, but chair volleyball is a fun. I don't know if y'all have ever played chair volleyball.
I've only done it
No.
once.
Oh my gosh.
You think
Wow.
like
You
this
think
is going to be so
So
boring, but
lame,
it's
so lame.
hilarious.
It is super fun because you get to where you can move your chair with,
certain ways. And
Oh, it's super great because your
That's
butt
funny.
can't come out of the chair. You disqualify the ball's dead, so you don't.
Oh, no
Yeah.
nose dives.
No,
Yeah, there you go.
and try to reach that ball over there and not hit the. Anyway, it's a lot of fun.
That sounds
So
like fun.
we offer about 25 to 30 classes a week in the building, and they
Wow.
range from
And I go to Bali X.
Bali
I
X to
enjoy Bali
Zumba
X.
to
Wow.
we do a what they call silver boom. We have yoga. There's a lot of
Burn.
different.
If you're
Burn is a-
serious, you
yeah.
can get up at. Did you know this, TJ? There is a 6 o'clock in the morning.
No, I don't.
No. Carrie Moore knows nothing.
So if you're hardcore,
Where people are
you
actually
can get up early in the
moving at
morning.
6 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
there
Right.
you go.
It's me and a coffee like this at 6 o'clock in the morning.
But we also offer things for youth, and we're really working in this year to bring more youth programs. Discovery is one of those programs. We work with the Family Crisis Center, and they bring a program called Cooking for Change, which is a
Love
super
that.
cool program because they bring a recipe and then they build a character. They might have. They did banana bread, and the ingredients they talked about. Well, what's the ingredients to friendship? What are some of the traits that you need to be a good friend?
Oh, I
And
love
stuff
that.
like that. So that's
Yeah.
a fun program.
And do you pay per program? How does that work?
It's all different. So the Cooking for Change is a free program that's offered, but all of this stuff is on our page. The discovery part is part of your membership, which let me say, membership at the rec center is for residents and we have a resident and a non-resident rate. So individuals are 30 and 35, seniors, which are 55 and over, are 20 and 25, and families, which includes 2 adults and any children living in the household, for 50 and 55. We also have
Very
Wow.
reasonable.
military
That's
and
that's a swap through McDonald's right there. That's what that is.
very and the thing and everything we do there is included in that.
That's
So
great.
and we have random things might come up like self-defense, or we have some cooking classes. So there's always something going on there.
That's
It's
wonderful.
what I like the most about the rec center is that people don't come in there just to come in, get their workout in, and leave. They come in there because they're part of a community.
Love
And
that.
if someone's
Love that.
not there, then we notice. Go back to a conversation we had this morning. Louis not there. This is the second week in a row that Louis not been there. Where is he? And does he? And so we know because we've already checked.
right, there you go. I love
So
that.
I mean, it's about how people connect, because health is not just about your physical health. It's about your
Absolutely.
social health. It's about your mental health. And I
Absolutely.
think we try to touch on all of that. Try to bring quality of life to people.
And in a world now where a lot of people don't leave their house because they do all their socializing on the internet,
Right.
we've lost something in that. And
Need
this
to
is the
see
way
each
they
other.
can
Need to look at it.
reconnect.
And it's
Yeah.
a really good idea to get up and move around.
Absolutely.
You can find
Absolutely.
all levels, and make sure you go to Facebook, Instagram, ask for Terry Moore, and find out about the City of Bastrop Recreation Program. I loved our guest.
It was a good show.
Gary's really got a lot of new things at the music shop.
He really does. And boy, I tell you, I don't know if he's going to get out of the studio with those guitars. It was pretty nice.
And Terry with the Recreation Center, skate days, music in the park. I know we're going to see some folks at the Pink Party.
Oh, that's going to be fun. I tell you, it was cool that she mentioned that skate days after we had filmed our episode, so they can find information on that. The park route we had, the big, huge skate park there in the middle of town. Guys, how can you beat that?
It's one of my favorite stories. Chris White was just a wee lad and was a skateboarder that wanted a place to go. And it took a while, but we finally got the skate plaza built. And now he's offering free lessons for folks that want to get started in skateboarding.
That's so exciting. Always something amazing going
That's
on in
right.
Bastrop County.
So Terry, TJ, we got to do this for Terry. Let's make the pinky promise to get our mammograms this year.
Pinky promise. Don't miss an episode of the Heart of Bastrop Talk Show. Go to theheartofbastrop.com or check us out on our new YouTube channel. We'll see you guys next week.